we spoke to the players in the international break about it and did some work, on the thought of it, because when you come back in for a pre-season, you don't know whether you're confident or not because you've had a break. So we said, so where do you start it? You start it by taking care of yourself, and you start that by giving performances, and you start that with the edge of a performance. And I thought that was on show tonight. I thought it was at Brighton. We defended fantastically well down at Brighton. We found a better balanced performance tonight with being effective in the top third and defending well. Culminating in a fantastic save by Popey to make sure we got the clean sheet and the win. A lot of good things. I mean, it's a start point. It's nice to get that story to calm down a bit when you get that win. It takes your points tally up. You get out the bottom three for this period. But we know there's lots of work to be done. I knew coming out of the lockdown last year with all the injuries we had, we haven't spent a lot of money, which everyone knows. That's well documented, so I'm not going to cover old ground again. But I knew that it would be a challenge getting this season started. We are getting players fit again. We do look a more rounded squad at the moment, providing everyone stays fit. And that gives you a better platform to build from. So, of course, if you add all that together, with that win, with a clean sheet, the feel-good factor certainly comes back into the group very quickly.
Yeah, and you showed many different sides to your personality tonight as well. You played some nice passages as a player, but then quite dogged when Palace applied the pressure. Yeah,
look, I mean, that's the way we've had to operate here. It's the Premier League, and sometimes people question it. I've got no problem with that at all, as you know. We do what we think is appropriate for the team to win games, and I thought we found a good balance tonight. And I agree with you. I thought our football, particularly first half, was very good, but it was still effective. It wasn't just playing for the sake of playing. I thought we were trying to affect the game in the right manner, trying to create chances. I think we kept them down for very little, only shots from distance, really. And one flashed across the sort of 6-yard area. Pleased with that. And then second half, as you can imagine, they get nervy. Even I was wondering, we'd missed 2 golden chances, and you think, oh no, it's not going to be one of them nights, where they nick something in the last minute. So it happens, you do get nervous, and the players just got a bit nervous and edgy. I can understand that. So I'm pleased for them to see it through, because like I say, that story changes now, so we can get on and open our minds for the next challenge.
And the front two combine well as well, kind of.
Look, pleased for Woody. He's been sticking at it, and finally got a nice chance, but it's a great finish. Jay's worked hard, different kind of player, getting in the pockets and working hard to get, link the play for us. So there was a lot of good things from them too. I thought there was a number of good performances. We looked defensively resolute and solid, and also a threat when we went forward in the right way.
A final word on Nick Pope as well. Made 2 big saves, in particular in the second half.
Yeah, I think the first half one I think you'd expect to make. The second half one is a fantastic save, and that really encapsulates the kind of mentality of our group. Last week or a couple of weeks ago down at Brighton, people were getting blocks and showing what it means to them. And I thought Popey's save really encapsulates the right feel about the group. Not just on his bar, but on the whole team, because he's flung himself, makes a great save, could get hurt, kind of gets a knock in the process. That's what it takes sometimes. That kind of endeavour and that desire to make sure you see the game through. And I thought it was a real good moment for us, but it also gives the feeling of the spirit in the camp. And I don't think that's wavered through this period. I think everyone stayed notice point in the right direction. Everyone stayed on the right mentality to turn things around. We've made a start. That's all it is. There's loads of work to be done, but it's a nice start tonight to win that game.
Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, Danny. And Whittle, do you want to come in? Whit?
Sorry, mate. Yes, I was muted. Sean, just a quick one. I know it's kind of hypothetical at this point, but whether fans are allowed in or not is sort of down to which tier you're in, and obviously no one knows what tier anyone's going to be in yet. But do you see that as a sort of inherently unfair situation if some clubs have fans and some clubs don't, whether you have them or not?
Look, I mean, we've only just got the news they're getting, well, there's a chance that some fans are coming in. So I don't think I'm going to start overthinking the complexities of it. Of course, it's if one team's got more fans than another team and all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, the COVID situation is bigger than football. Everyone's trying to get a grip of it. Everyone wants for fans to be in the stadium. We want that to happen. If it just so happens that your area is not in a good area or a tier 3 or whatever it's going to be, that's the way it goes. But I mean, is there a margin of help from having fans or home fans in the stadium? Yeah, I think there is. But I'm not worried about that at this moment. I think everyone would just be more than happy to get fans back in stadiums. I think that'd be a massive plus point.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, James.
Hi, Sean.
Hi.
Just a quick one on Jay. How difficult a decision was it to bring him in for Barnsley tonight? And just what do you sort of see those two offering for different scenarios and different matches?
Well, I think Barnsley's done terrific in the sense he's been out for a long time. I've asked a lot of him, as I suggested earlier, with his work ethic, which is always there, and his desire and his belief in doing the right things for the team. tough decision. You know, I think all the forwards offer something different here. And I decided to go with J-Rod. He's looked sharp around the place and in training. Woody's been going okay. You know, I've been waiting for him to find that goal, which we know he can. Same with Barnsley. But Barnsley and Woody historically have done very well together. So probably I gave him just a little bit more time. Probably a little bit unfairly on Barnsley because he asked a lot of him physically. But he'll come again with his sharpness. I know that. He's already getting way fitter than he was when he first came back in the side. But Jay's always been knocking on the door. Vids is there as well. I like the 4 strikers. Everyone knows that. They all offer something different. They'll all get some football over the course of a season. And we want it to be effective football, of course.
And just a quick one on Johan. I presume was he taken off tactically rather than any sort of injury concerns? And how much more balance do you think he brings as somebody who's a natural in that right-hand side midfield position?
Well, I still think he's getting truly fit. He's had so many niggly calf injuries and he had one while he was away. So I think his psychology will build. You know, the more game minutes he gets under his belt, the more that true fitness comes, that true sharpness, and that feeling when you feel unbreakable. You know, whereas at the minute, I think he's coming through that period now. This will do him the world of good, and we've got to be careful. You know, we've lost so many players through injury. You know, we've got to be careful with these players. I mean, Robbie, a big part of not playing him was because we knew he'd had a tight hamstring while he was away. He ends up going on the pitch. He has to sprint. He has to cover in it, and he nicked his hamstring. I don't know how bad yet. These are tough decisions when you've had so many injuries. You know, and sometimes we take them out of the players' hands, and I have to make a decision. If I don't think they're going to be ready, then I have to call it, and they don't play, and that's even tougher because I can't look inside their bodies. But sometimes you have to use a bit of common sense and speak with the player and speak with the medical team and actually make a decision when they can't play, even when they are fit, as in injury-free, sorry. But, you know, I have to make a decision on them being physically fit enough for task. And I think some of the players are getting that now. Ben Mee's another one, you know, he's getting truly match fit. Johan will get truly match fit as long as we can keep him out there and keep him fit and well.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, Alex. The national lads want to word going on. No, thanks, Alan. Thank you.
Cheers.
Here's Sean, well done tonight.
Thank you.